value into this shea butter. So could you enlighten us on that, because 4 months have passed since then, so there should be some progress going on.
Yeah, thank you very much. We have a number of women groups that are already doing processed shea butter with the help of the district and Ministry of Gender. When you go to Ogor sub-county, there is a women group called Chanomiadero Women's Group. When you go to Olilim sub-county where we were, we have Olilim Women Group that also have machines already. And I am happy and you know, excited to say that in those 2 sub-counties, the women groups already have machines. They know how to process the shea butter in form of cream that you can use for your skin. They even make it in like lotion. They make soap.
How did they come to attain this knowledge of, you know, reaching that point of making all these products?
As I told you, shea butter has become a pride of every person who stays in Otuke, and it has become a business of everyone. So whoever goes there, you make, even the technical people are doing their best to do connections to see how we can, you know, make sure we make the shea butter something that can benefit all. So with the help of the technical people in the district, with connection from the Ministry of Health and civil society organizations that work in Otuke, they came together and trained these women groups. They trained the women groups. Now these women groups know how to make their own lotion. They know how to make their own cream. They make the lipstick. I am one of the products. If you see my skin, I no longer go to supermarket to look for oil because I know I'll pick from the village.
So now, you've mentioned a very serious point in your conversation. You said you no longer go to the supermarket, you use the shea butter oil. But now when we come back to you as a member of parliament, you're a legislator, this is something I usually hear the president say that build Uganda, you get it. So there's that program ongoing. And then also the issue of encouraging people to get employment. Now, you as a member of parliament, have you tried to do anything to make sure that you bring this on board so that people come to know, okay, apart from us UBC who are now trying to enlighten people, but have you done anything to make sure that you front this in parliament?
Oh yes. Anyway, I've not done it in floor of parliament.
Yes.
But as a member of parliament, I don't work alone. I work with the technical people of the district. I work with ministries. I remember in 2000 and even last year, we brought one of those women groups because those are young women. Some of them have dropped out of school. Some of them have gotten out of their marriages. Some of them are in the marriage. Yes. But of course, when you see the level of capital that they have, is not there, and they are in the age of youth. So I remember we brought them to Munyonyo for Youth Commonwealth to do the exhibition. And when we reached Munyonyo, their products like soap, the oil I'm talking about, were all bought before it was even midday. Because their products were better than the one of Indians like the Guru Nanaks and the rest of it. These people who buy shea nuts from Otuke, they come and add a lot of chemicals, but this one was real. So their soap, their lotions, were bought actually in one day, and yet they were supposed to exhibit for 1 week. So that's another area. Then secondly, even recently we make sure they go for exhibition. Where we hear people are exhibiting, we make sure we go there. Wherever we go, we talk about shea butter. In a previous year, when we had Women's Day in Dokolo district, they also went for exhibition. I am happy to announce that even President was impressed with what those women are doing. And I remember he pledged that he would give them a vehicle to make sure they move to sell their things. But of course, issues of presidential pledges. Yes. I believe
you've talked about, you know, the president appreciating and everyone appreciating these particular products. But I also want to bring back you again in the line of legislation. We have this product. To me, as Jamila, I'm looking at that as something that can, you know, grow the industrial place, like industries in Otuke. So have you tried to push for that particular thing? Because apart from exhibition, does Otuke have the capacity to produce a lot of shea butter? And what steps have you taken as a legislator to make sure that that is, apart from just exhibition, is there a plan?
Yeah, thank you very much. I believe so much in the bottom-top approach.
Yes.
I am not such a person who would want to appear in floor of parliament when you really don't have very authentic, real issues that you are bringing in floor of parliament. The first thing that we've done is to make those women in groups. The second thing that we've done is to make sure they are trained. The third thing that we've done is to make sure they have the machines. The fourth thing that we've done is to make sure all the products are brought in the district headquarters. Now, if you go to the district, you will find the products. We already have the warehouse where they come and, you know, store their products. Whoever wants would not go deep to the village where these women stay, because we also don't want them just to look at one item of shea butter products. We want them to do agriculture. We want them to do business and other things. But as they do this, which is the focal point areas that whoever comes, like Jamila, all the viewers, if you go to Otuke, you know you are not going to go to Ogor sub-county or Otuke. When you reach the district, you will find all these products. So these are the far that we've gone, and I believe there are other areas of bringing this in flow of parliament. First of all, as a member of parliament who represent the people of Otuke, we know very well that government have the program of building bigger industry for shea butter. But I heard the Minister of Trade saying that the factory will be built in another district, which is Nakaseke. So this is already my area of focus, that soon I'll bring in flow of parliament to ask, where do you think the shea trees are found? We have a proverb in Luo which says, when they are cutting the tree, it falls on the person who is under the tree. So in as far as the issues of factory is concerned, they should put it in Laon sub-region, they should put it in Otuke, where almost 80% of trees are shea trees. I hope you've seen this. 80 to 90% of trees are shea trees.
In fact, when you're coming from Lira and going, you just start, it's the shea trees that you keep watching. Anyway, Honorable, again coming back to one of the issues that kept coming up in your district was the issue of roads. The road connecting to Abim, if I remember very well, the one coming from Lira, people kept saying that they want to do business, but usually they have a problem of the roads. Maybe you could enlighten us a little bit, because me as Jamila, I know it's not your role, but can you tell us, because you had promised that you would work on it with the Ministry of Transport and something?
Yeah, thank you very much, Jamila. It is my role as a member of parliament. That is why we even have guidelines that stipulates that members of parliament are supposed to be the members of roads committee in the district. So it is my role, and I want to say collectively, we had been sitting for meetings with the district chairperson, with the male member of parliament, and other technical people, and we realized that the road that you are talking about is a central road. It is not the district road. So we wrote to Yundra repeatedly. We even went to the office of Yundra, which is in Lira, as a group. And they also had a meeting with other districts in Lira. And I want to thank the Yundra. They responded, they contracted that road, and they gave,
that road has been worked on.
They gave to a very good contractor who is really working on the road, because if he had worked on it once and stopped, by now a lot of rain would have washed it away. But I want to thank Mr. Ituop, who is the one who is working on our road. He's doing it religiously. He's doing it religiously. He has opened the road wider than before, and he has put maram where he sees that the rain is washing it away. He keeps working on it time and again and again. So in as far as issues of the road, from the border of Abim, coming to the border of Aleptong, and also to Lira is concerned, I want to sincerely and with a lot of strength report that the road is good. as the district, we are also trying to work in the other feeder roads, the roads that belong to the district.
I was also looking at the feeder roads because there's a particular road we used and it wasn't so good.
Yeah, we are trying to look at to work on the feeder roads, but of course the challenges are there. First of all, we know the issues of finances.
Yes.
Sometimes there is very minimum money that goes to the district. The budget cuts, which has affected almost all districts in Uganda. I want to say I am in the Committee of Public Service and Local Government.
Yes.
We pass budget. Districts have read their budget out, but the issue of budget cut is frustrating some of those activities of districts working on feeder roads.
Yes.
So this one is not only in Otuke. I believe other districts can bear me witness. And also rain. We cried for the rain. God gave excess of rain. So each time districts try to work on the road, because of the minimum amount of money, sometimes they do clearing, but you find they don't put like maram and the rest of it. You find the roads get washed. They like those kind of things when you reach swampy areas.
Yes.
I just want to say the local people should be patient with the district, because the problem may be coming from the district, and on the other hand, the issue of the budget cut is affecting the building of roads, especially feeder roads.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable. Thank you so much for telling us those insights about Otuke District. For now, we shall be going for a short break, and we shall be right back here to ask you more questions and also to discuss about Otuke District.
Thank you.
Hello, Uganda! We introduce to you the first and ever My Right to Play Christmas Kids Festival 2019. Let the kids feel the Christmas Eve on the 21st of December at the Legend Sports Ground in Lugogo. Entrance is 10,000 shillings only and parents free. Bring your child and have an opportunity to play, sing, dance and discover their talents. Mujjetu ingira mazalibwa nga bato basanyusa bato bannabwe. Mulete abaana bammwe banyumirwe banywe bazanye. Kino kigenda kubeera kijjabi. Proudly sponsored by Legend Sports Ground, UBC TV, Star TV, U24 TV, Star FM, Magic 100 FM, UBC Butebo, MM Marketing, UMC Victoria Hospital, and Ideas Workshop. Bw'oyagala omwana okuyimba kuba ku ssimu eno.
We are with the Honorable Sleeve Yakel all the way from Otuke, the land which has the best shea butter, according to her, in Uganda. Is it in Uganda or in the whole world?
I believe in the whole world.
In the whole world,
yeah.
Mostly because earlier on, before we went for a break, you had talked about how the shea butter was bought by the delegates who had come for the CPS, CPC. So, but now I want to go back to the issue of girls. Right now, P7 has written the exam today. Senior 4s are writing the exams, and then Senior 6. Do you have any plans for girl child? Because one of the issues also I realized when we went to Otuke was you engaged these young girls. Most of them were in groups and they looked so excited. I remember one of the, like 2 girls, I interacted with them off air, And I was like, so why do you play football? Like, football keeps us together. It helps us to plan. It makes us also be part of, like, they have issues to discuss as girls. So now, this is going to be a long holiday. I remember you said you love your girls, you're passionate about girl child education. What plans do you have for the girl child?
Thank you very much, Jamila and viewers. I want to say I am such a girl who grew up in Otuke. Because of issues of insecurity, our girl children had not been going to school. I am one of the testimonies of those who tussle it very hard to reach where I am. First of all, because of insecurity, girls had been dropping out. When I sat for my PLE, the whole sub-counties of Otuke with 12 primary schools had only 2 girls in P7.
Oh my God.
And because of this, this had been really my thinking and my dream, that when I become a member of parliament, a leader in this caliber, I must make sure girls enroll to school and they stay at school. So what have I done? I cannot do this alone. First of all, we started mobilizing community, especially women, and to show them the beauty and the benefit that goes with education. First of all, we made them to know that the issue of education is not only for white-collar job, but even in your own home, in the community where you stay. Education is key, and it can be helpful. So we enroll the women, the young women who did not have opportunity to go to school, for functional adult literacy. And we did this together with district. We already have 110 women groups, and each group is having 100 women. Although we have also few men who are passionate. Yeah, we have men who are passionate about women issues. We also call them on board. So when the mothers saw the beauty of studies, they are the ones who encourage now girl children to go to school. And when you go to our schools, because Otuke is a hard-to-reach district,
it is.
In fact, we were supposed already to be on the issues of hard-to-reach, but we are pushing on. I think ministry have not yet reached that level of including Otuke as one of the districts of hard-to-reach, which is actually one of my responsibility to make sure I push for that. So we also saw that female teachers are not in school. There are certain schools that do not have female teachers. And because of that, we had to look for mothers who are passionate, volunteers, mentors. So we call them school mothers, who had passion about girl children. They go to schools, they talk to girls about issues of menstruation, how they can keep themselves.
So these women, you just pick them randomly. It doesn't matter what level of education
they have. Of course, others are not educated, but they are annoyed inside them. So they don't want such kind of experience to be on them. And they don't want to look at their biological children. But they want to look at any girl who can be of help, who would be at school. So we have school mothers in Otuke who always go to these schools. They talk to girl children. And because of this, Jamila and viewers, I want to say we already have schools in primary. You know, those days girl children would be in primaries from P1 to P4. The number of girls are more than the number of boys.
And then the number
by the time they are reaching P7, the number of girls have dropped seriously. But I want to talk with my head up. When you go to a primary school like Abili Nyero, the number of girls are more than the number of boys from P1 to P7.
So why is that now?
When you go to a Kum primary school, the number of girls are more than the number of boys from P1 to P7. Simply because we've involved every woman on issues of education. Every woman in the village makes sure girls are not married off. They make sure they talk to the girls so that the issue of menstruation, no pads, no what, do not derail you from going to school. And also,
before you go further, Honorable, you've said that they make sure that all the girls are at school. So, what criteria do they use to make sure that girls are at school? Have you worked with them to develop a bylaw? Maybe you can elaborate on that.
Okay, like school mothers and also the functional adult literacy. They go to schools. They go every Wednesday and Friday afternoon to learn in schools. They go in the afternoon when lower primaries like P1 and P2 have gone home, so they come to school. So when they come to, you cannot come to school when you are leaving your daughter at home.
Yes.
It is actually shame and embarrassing. It is real mathematics that do not need 1 + 1. It is a theoretical maths that you must know. I cannot come to school as an adult and I leave my girl home. And then secondly, if other people come and your girl is not there, it becomes a concern of everyone.
Oh.
It has also built teachers, pupil, parents relationship. Because if today you see Jamila in school, Friday you see Jamila in school,
yes,
then you become friends. So that's how we are managing to make sure that girls are at school. Because if there is anything happening, automatically the school and the parents will quickly
So you're
know.
just trying to say that it's an understanding, not like a bylaw that has been passed in the
No, we've not put a bylaw, but it is an emphasis that each and every leader talk about when you go to public. Religious leaders talk about issues of girl child education. We always tell them in Uganda the number of women are more than the number of girls. So the number must not be only more just like that. We must be more in class, we must be more in business, we must be more in everything for Otuke to develop.
So what you're trying to tell us is Otuke has that the ground of women movement at heart.
Oh yes, we do. For me, I'm a member of parliament, even at district council. I sit with female councillors and we do our small contribution. That makes each and every person do some small thing that you will see that at the end of 5 years, what have I done as a result of being a woman and also mixing with other women. In the other way, it is also trying to build a career of other leaders. You know, people say members of parliament are just there, they become bulls in the crowd and they don't want someone to come near. If you go near a person, you must kick that person the other side. No, but for us, we are saying, no, that's not the way to go. Anybody can be a leader, so we must build each other.
Yes.
We must work together, so there's nothing like pull her down. We also, as a result of this, we had seed secondary schools.
That's what I was about to tell that. Haven't you, are you not also one of the beneficiaries of seed, because I saw one of the schools there?
Yeah, we have already the vibrant 2 seed secondary schools.
Yes.
One is Ogor Comprehensive. We picked a girl child who finished education and she started from actually very, hard time so much that even any other person would not accept. But now I want to thank the government because they have taken over and we've gotten money from World Bank to build the schools to a tune of 2.7 billion.
Wow.
At the moment, we have a Kum Primary School. The pioneers sat senior 4 this year. We have 19 candidates, but out of these 19 in senior 4, I am sponsoring 15. And out of these 15, there are 10 girls and 5 boys. But there are also others in lower class. That one is also being aided by a woman. And I want to say, they really work under hardship. Sometimes these children were the children who pass in 1st grade because of this kind of activities I have told you. I had been giving examination scripts, giving mathematical sets if it is examination time.
And how about the other issue, Honorable? Because you're talking about giving mathematical sets and then the papers. What about the most touching issue, which is the issue of pads? Because what I've seen is they have tried, many people have tried to help these girls, but in your district, what have you done to help the girls in terms of pads? Because that also in a way makes girls avoid studies. You know, sometimes we have our personal manifesto and we have someone's manifesto. Yes. So the issue of pads is the manifesto of the president. I don't want to really say I have done a lot on issues of pads. I am waiting to see how his manifesto will also get accomplished. However, I want to say I have done training for the teachers. I want actually viewers to know that in rural areas, not only in Otuke, teachers are teaching all syllabus. They're using old books. They don't know this type of books that people in urban areas use. So when you see results come,
and the results in rural areas are very bad. Not that those teachers are not teaching. They do their best, but in the old syllabus and using the old books. So the ministry should make sure if there is any issues of refresher courses, they must target teachers. I remember I did this. I picked some people from UNEB. They went, and especially I targeted the P7 teachers and 8 teachers. So teachers realized they were doing great thing, but out of context. And they say this kind of training should roll down to lower primary. Then another area is the issue of thematic curriculum. In rural areas, they teach children in the mother tongues up to P4.
And these are the same kids you expect to sit for papers with
and all the
start
papers
from nursery.
You see, in other areas,
as a member of parliament, because what are you doing? What are you doing as a member of parliament, and you sit in the committee that really pushes for these issues? Because how would you judge? I'm just looking at our children who are in Kampala here, who start speaking English from home. They go to nursery, they are speaking English. They go to nursery, they are studying in English. And then you compare this child from Otuke and this one maybe from Hillside or somewhere to sit for the same paper. Like yesterday and today, these kids have sat for the same paper, same questions. Now, you as a member of parliament, is that justifiable? What have you done?
Yeah, thank you very much, Jamila and viewers. I think people have parliamentary hindsight. If you go through it, you find that one day I spoke about this vividly and said, unless we change syllabus, but if we have 2 syllabi, whether other people are teaching in local language and others are using English, and at the end of the day, we expect all these children to sit the same examinations. Others are on automatic promotion. Whether you fail or not because of UPE, you are supposed to go to another class. Others in private schools are being scrutinized properly. Then that means we are creating classes in citizens in Uganda. These are the issues we raise in Parliament, and I believe the Ministry of Education and members of Parliament in the Committee of Education have taken it up. I now hear they want to change syllabus, they want to bring new things where they are saying teachers must have certain level, of which it has not yet reached Parliament. We want to see, scrutinize and see whether we can adopt or subtract or do anything. And I believe all this will also...
Was it last year or beginning of this year, this issue was really coming out in Parliament about the syllabus?
Yes, it came out, but when you see the cycler that came even on social media
because before they gave the teachers, the ones who are in secondary, before an order was made for the teachers who are teaching sciences to be paid higher than the ones who are teaching arts. I remember even the issue of the language and the syllabus came up, and how far...
Yeah, I want to say, I sit in Committee of Public Service where issues of salaries are. I am one of the person who objected the issue of giving more money to some group of teachers and giving less to this. Because even if you are taking science combination, if you fail English, automatically they will not consider you as a person who've gotten first grade. And yet English is considered to be arts. So these subjects interlink. There is no way you can say this one is less important, the other one is more important. They are equally important. So the issues of paying some people more than the other, I am one of the members of Parliament who said no, I think we are going wrong. But what I want to talk about is the issues of having other rural schools being taught in vernacular up to P4. Then they see the same examination, others getting automatic promotion while others are being scrutinized. These were the issues that were raised in Parliament, not only me and even other members. I believe the committee has taken it up. I saw just two weeks ago when either Cabinet or Ministry of Education was trying to come up to say that teachers are given 10 years to either go back to school or for other courses. So it is not yet in flow of Parliament. I cannot talk about it because we need to scrutinize and agree and believe whether it was fake or it has come from the Ministry of Education.
Okay, thank you very much. But Honorable, now I'll take you back again to your district, because now we've been talking about Parliament more. But I want to take you back to your district. As a member of Parliament, I have been going to several districts. I have engaged with other members of parliaments. But this is a question which now I'm trying to find out. What challenges do you face, first of all? And then, in these challenges, is it that the members of parliament have built a picture in their voters so that at the end they get these challenges? Or is it that there are some challenges that you'd like to share with the viewers?
Yeah, thank you very much. There are very many challenges. Some of them, we may be one of the key persons who've brought them. Others may be also, failing to be patient. Others may be the words that you throw because you want to cool fire. So all these are challenges. I want to start with the real challenges.
Yes.
The issues of activities that are supposed to be done. As members of parliament, we appropriate budgets and the money is taken to the district. But now, when we appropriate budget, money is taken to the district, and at the end of it all, Ministry of Finance come up with budget cut to the extent that districts would have no money to implement activities. That becomes a very big challenge, as if that one is not even enough. Still on the issues of challenges of districts, you find that sometimes there is, I can't call it realignment, like municipalities. You find that there are other municipalities that are given more money than what even they put in their budget. Others are given less. So this becomes a big challenge for the district to operate properly.
And what about those districts that return the money?
And that's another thing that I want to talk about. The issues of returning money. Ministry of Finance waits until it is 1 week, until it is 2 weeks to the end of financial year. And then they now send money to the districts. And yet there are processes that must be followed for the money to be used, especially procurement process. And at the end of the day, you find districts cannot appropriate money within that short duration of time. So money is brought back to the central pool. And this one, you can't blame district, you can't blame any chief administrative officers. But of course, because community are not aware, they just say, our districts have people who are not competent, they took back the money. And these people, because of the job description that they have, they are not supposed to publicly talk that no, it is not my work, money came like this. So cows are actually carrying the baggage that is not theirs. That's why sometimes implementation at district levels are really a challenge. Money comes late, budget cuts.
I remember
the issues of also recruitment is a problem.
Last year, through the beginning of this year, when they were querying the Bank of Uganda issues, the issue of money being brought back to the Ministry of Finance kept coming up in almost most of the districts, and there were a bit of irregularities there. But now you as a member of parliament, because I know Otuke district is still a baby district. It's still a baby district.
We are already working. And
you are working now, from 2010. You are now working 8 years down the road until you make 10 years. We shall call you now something. But going back to the question, as a member of parliament, what have you done with your other colleagues to see that this issue is worked on? Because now it looks like the money is released because they don't want this money to be spent. Because if you release money which needs a process of procurement to take place, very probably like 2 months, 1 month, and then you want to use it within 2 weeks, then the money comes back. You as a member of parliament, what have you done with your other colleagues? Because I see that is something which needs to be addressed.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jamila and viewers. As I continuously say, I am in the Committee of Public Service and Local Government. I want to thank my committee, chairperson, and the whole members. We sat down as a committee and we've realized all these issues. We had been actually meeting ministries We met ministries, we met the town clerks of municipalities. That's why I am articulating issues of budget cuts, issues of realignment. That's why I'm talking about it, because I attend meetings and I know what it is. We've spoken to all these people, the Ministry of Local Government, and I remember we called the Ministry of Finance.
Yes.
And the day I was there, they did not appear. They did not appear. We waited for them almost 3-4 times. They are not there. So we were now trying to see a way of using other means. Maybe talking to Speaker, and then we see how we can use another approach. As Parliament, as Committee of Public Service and Local Government,
Yes.
we are concerned, and we are really trying to make sure we summon these people. We ask why they do that, in the pretext of pretending that we are using taxpayers' money to meet the interests of development and social activities, and yet at the end of it all, it looks like a lip service
Yes.
to the citizen.
Yes.
So each and every member is concerned, and we are trying to see what we can do about that.
Yes, Honorable, thank you so much for explaining. And you coming from the Committee of Public Service and then Local Government, it is really good for us to engage with you directly, because these are issues. I remember even last year when the LC5s were invited, that is one of the issues which kept coming up. There was a lot of fire in that hall that day.
Yeah.
I remember most of from almost each district was like, money is brought late, money is brought late. But now I want to still take you back to, as a Member of Parliament, could you explain to us, without fear or favor, what are those challenges that you face as a Member of Parliament in relation to the roles of what a parliamentarian is supposed to do?
Yeah, thank you very much, Jamila and viewers. I want to say, I don't want to say every citizen is illiterate. People know the role of a Member of Parliament. And in this case, our major roles are 4. We are supposed to do budget appropriation, we are just supposed to do legislation, we are supposed to do oversight. You know, those are our roles as members of Parliament. And each and every time I see you people laboring to say this is the role of a Member of Parliament, this issue of burial, this issue of fundraising, the issue of school fees, it's just
given birth.
Money. That one is just out of someone's interest. You know, citizens are aware of this, but we do as Anglican, church says that I know what I am supposed to do. I live what I am supposed to do, and I do what I am not supposed to do. And because of that, I really feel so bad. So I believe local people know what is expected of a Member of Parliament. But because of pull her down, because of wanting something as quickly as possible, because of thinking of personal benefits, we get derailed, and we want to see, how do I benefit out of this Member of Parliament? How do I benefit as individual? That's why members of Parliament now go ahead to begin sponsoring people's weddings. When someone dies, even if you are not there, you must foot the bill. They give you bill after. So these are the things that must just come from the heart, like humanitarian work. But because of poverty and what we have inculcated in the citizens, they know, first of all, your role as a Member of Parliament, and if you are not doing it, they even get annoyed with you. They say, how much as you are giving us seeds, much as you are giving us roads, much as you've brought ambulance, but you are not representing us. So you see, these are the kind of things that tear a Member of Parliament apart. If they know that even if I don't give a hoe, you should not pay me for it, then they should say, continue legislating. But there are people who speak very well in flow of Parliament, and when you don't give hoes, you don't do this, they will say, that one disappeared. So these are the conflicting.
There is one statement that keeps coming up in almost every district, west, north, I mean, in the whole of Uganda. I think it's now something that the voters are very familiar with. And I don't know if it is you, the members of Parliament, who are encouraging this habit, or it is just that the habit has been nurtured in the voters. But you find that, I will not mention districts that I have met that, but several of them, people say that, you see, when for example, I can maybe say the way they would say it, that you see when Honorable Akelo came to power, she was giving money. Now she's very rigid. So why have you, is it that that's how the political arena is, or have you guys tried to do something to calm that down?
I really don't know. I remember we had a meeting with some civil society organizations, and we were talking about expenditures,
yes,
in campaigns. But now it is not only members of parliament. This thing begins from the head. I believe viewers are agreeing with this. When you hear President has picked money in the bag and taken to some people, then voters would say, hey, you also give us.
Ah, okay.
You see? Now, when President gives and for you are not giving, they say, what type of a leader is you? You also give us in your own position. So the whole thing trickles down, even to chairperson LC1, I would say. Because now they have voted chairperson LC1 and they say, you have not cooked, you have not celebrated us. You see those kind of things. Yes, so the thing is inculcated from top to bottom, from bottom to top. Unless we also work together to make sure we get out of it.
We can talk until cows come home, there's that saying. But now, your last words to your viewers.
Okay. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate so much our viewers who've had opportunity to listen. I believe you've learned something. And if there is any area which has not gone right in your ears, people listen differently, I request for your indulgence, and I pray that learning is to everyone. You might have learned from me, and when you get opportunity, you can as well teach me, because I'm a representative. I don't only represent the people of Otuke in this case, but I'm a member of parliament for the whole Uganda. So if there are issues that concern citizens, issues that need parliament, members of parliament, we are available, not only to our constituency, but to Uganda at large. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Thank you so much for sparing time to come here in UBC to discuss these issues. I've actually gained a lot from what we've discussed today. Now, to our viewers who have been following the program, you can reach us on Ask Your MP Facebook page. Check us on Ask Your MP UBC TV on YouTube, and then also you can check us on Twitter, and then we will engage with you. Of course, I will make sure that I pass the information to Honorable, so that if there are any queries, please ask, and then make sure that you also find out about the shea butter. For now, thank you so much for watching UBC Inspiring Uganda. My name is Oluka Jamila. Have a good night.